There it is.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, guys. Welcome to Take Action Tuesday.
No,
Go ahead.
Take Action Tuesday 2021. Social selling the right way. And Jessica, our famous Jessica, is going to be leading this one. And I'm going to let her tell you why.
You're going to let me tell you why. Okay.
That's right.
Well, let me start with Julie on that one. Julie is the marketing master ninja. And when I first met Julie a long time ago, it was over 5 years now, I was just starting a network marketing business. And Julie was such a bad mamma jamma, such a little marketing ninja that I could not even afford her products. That's how much of a influential figure she was. And I found her and was just trying to get some free advice, which she offered to me for my network marketing business. So that's a long way to say that I actually cut my marketing teeth on network marketing. I started in Beachbody and I became a Star Diamond coach very quickly and created a very robust business within my first year, and things went really well. And then I got this incredible opportunity with Julie because it turns out she kind of likes me a little bit, and that we work together pretty well. So now not only do I get to inspire people from a health and fitness standpoint and lifestyle, I get to help in a much bigger way by helping thousands of people build businesses that allow them to stay at home or pay off debt or whatever it is that they're doing with their small business. So I have been told by Julie that I'll be taking the reins today since social selling was something that she noticed came very naturally for me back when we had that customer or that client customer relationship. So I've been doing social selling for a while, and it was really my only avenue because to me, when I landed in network marketing, I felt incredibly icky about it. If you were on with us just before we started, I mentioned how I absolutely hated when someone called it an MLM. And, I would just like close up and feel so gross about it. And then social selling was kind of what I just happened to start doing naturally. And it was my way of sharing an opportunity and sharing products in a way that was very service led. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And whether you're in network marketing or not, social selling is an incredible strategy. But if you're in network marketing, in my opinion, and in what Julie was saying earlier, it is the only way to do it because it's what's going to set you apart from your team, and it's what's going to set you apart from all of the scripts and stuff that your upline is telling you to share. So, you have anything to add, Julie?
No, you're on point. And this isn't, well, actually, I will say this isn't just for direct marketers, network marketers, MLMs, whatever you want to call. This is for any entrepreneur that is online that has something to sell, whether it be service or product based. So this is for you.
Absolutely. And when we get to the why of social selling, we'll kind of share why it's such a good fit for all businesses. But as I mentioned, I feel like there's not really a way to do network marketing without going the social selling route because you really have to. There's so much competition. When I became a Beachbody coach, I immediately was like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to do it like Lindsay Matway or Melanie Mitro. And then I realized that it was the social selling that really allowed me to shine and for me to create my people or to create my team and to find my people. And that's what we teach here at Socially Inclined. We just never really thought about branding it in that way or putting it in that way. So, yeah, we ready to go on into that. I do want, if you're in here and it looks like we have 15 people, that includes us. So you guys, Julie asked a question before we started recording. if you're in network marketing, what do you prefer it to be called? Do you prefer it to be called network marketing? Do you prefer it to be called MLMs? What is it that that you prefer in the language there? Because we really want to make sure we hit the marks moving forward, since so many of our group and so many of our community are in this network marketing niche. Dual marketing. Nice.
Oh, I've never heard that one. I like it. So Kimberly wanted to know, I think, what we were talking about. Let's see. And Rebecca says network marketing. And I wanted to say, hey, Kimberly. So she jumped on.
Perfect.
All right. Awesome. So, and we try to keep these to 20 to 30 minutes so you can really get a win out of these and not have, a ton. So.
Yeah, and if you haven't gotten that resource, Julie, can you redrop it and just make sure that you download that, and you can kind of follow along. We've put a little text in there, so basically you can take it away with you today and be able to do something. But just real quickly, the what of social selling, I've already kind of, direct selling, Cindy. I like that too. But am I the only one that feels like MLM is just, I guess the connotation has just been dragged through the mud so much. And I really hate that, because I really think it's here to stay, and it gives such an opportunity to anyone to create a business out of nothing. And when I started marketing, I had nothing. So it was network marketing or bust. So that's where I came from. But social selling is content marketing. You may have heard that term before. Great. Glad you like it, Rebecca. You may have heard that term before of content marketing. Social selling is very similar. And we kind of like to think of it as a value-driven approach to marketing, where instead of look at my stuff, you're offering value for your reader. So that kind of right up front makes your audience want to be a part of what you have. So I think, do you have anything else to add on what it is? The intro, we talked a little bit about it, so I don't want to spend too much time on that, because I know everyone's here for the how
right. And that's where we're really going to get into examples of that in the how. So, but basically it is content marketing. It is not just promo posts of product posts. It's everything else that develops that relationship with the customer. So,
yeah. And the 80-20 rule, I should not have put that there. It's actually the 80-20 rule I'm going to talk about in the how, but I mentioned in my email yesterday, and that's basically the amount of value you're going to deliver per promo, but we'll circle back to that. And social selling is these things, and it's definitely not what I tend to see so often, and you've probably seen it too, because it just seems to be everywhere, is join my group, check this out. Have you seen, oh my gosh, these results, you've got to get this, link to buy here. And that just creates this almost like shutdown effect for people who are on social media, frankly, to kind of escape the world, not to be bombarded with pitch after pitch from people who are their Facebook friends. So let me go over or their Instagram friends. Facebook is where I grew my business. But if your platform is Instagram or Pinterest, social selling still applies there. Julie, you can help me out on the why too, but social selling for me was so important, as I mentioned, because when I started, I felt so icky. Icky is such a good word. I just, I could see other coaches out there just doing it in such a way that was such a turnoff. And social selling is a great way to not be a turnoff. It's a great way to keep your friends. It's a great way not to bother the mess out of your family, and you're delivering value, and you're creating know, like, and trust. And that creates this beautiful, what is it? Like a symbiotic relationship where they know, like, and trust you. So when someone obviously at some point might want to lose some weight, or someone needs to minimize wrinkles under their eye, or maybe they want some beautiful nails and you have a Jamberry nail business, it's a no-brainer that they're going to turn around and think of you when they're ready to buy that kind of product. So do you have anything to add, Julie?
Yes, it would be pull marketing rather than push marketing. So you are basically putting things out there that are establishing yourself as the expert in what you do, and it's not all just promo, because that's push, push, push. So that's really a good way to look at it. And if people so many times are just not in a position, no matter what, if it's direct marketing or any other business, they're not in a position to want to buy at that moment most of the time. So, and when you are just pushing, then it is such a turnoff, and they will just not pay attention. So you've got to build that credibility first. So that would be the why.
Yeah, definitely. And I did it wrong. With my first 2 months as a coach, I did not do it right. And I lost a lot of friends. I was sending out mass invite messages on Facebook Messenger. And I think that's why, do what?
Hey girl, hey.
Yeah. Like, and I see some of the memes now, like, friend you haven't heard from in 4 years. Hey, I have this wonderful business opportunity I thought you might be interested in. When I see those kind of memes, I kind of cringe, because I did it. And I feel like that's part of what has led me here. And that's part of why, I can sit here and talk about it, because if I did it and then I recovered and was able to go forth and build such a great community and such a value-led product, then you can do it too. So you're always going to want to think about how that makes you feel. When you see that icky promo post from someone who started a business 3 weeks ago, and literally they went from never posting anything about business to now that's all they are posting, and it's just, copy paste posts from their upline, and it's obvious that they're not being very authentic. Just think about how that turns you off, and let that kind of drive you to do more social selling. And if you're not in network marketing, just think about how the value that you offer can play into their everyday life, and to me, social selling is going to be easier for you because you have something that no one else is selling, like your knitted hats and beanies. Who was that? That was Lisa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yours, sure, there are other people who sell knitted products, but yours are going to be very unique. And unlike a Beachbody coach or a unique representative, they can't go get the same exact thing from a million other people. So hopefully that made a little sense.
I do want to say that there is a place in marketing for direct messages. We just want to get away from, I don't want to put just a tremendously negative connotation on that, because there is a place for that, but you should establish your know, like, and trust before that happens. So, and that's not taught so much. Like, when you get in, your upline is teaching, and yes, they've had success with it, but you don't know how many people they've turned off that they could have sold, could have turned into a wonderful client. So if they followed the 80-20 rule and really kind of let it come to them and not just push.
Yes, absolutely. I had a little story, but I'm not sure that I want to share it, but it kind of plays into the how. So, I'm going to go on to the how, but like I said, I was caught doing that as well, because when I landed in network marketing, that's exactly what my upline told me to do. Send out 10 messages a day. And there was really no talk of warm people up or provide value to them. And so I didn't do that until I just decided that I was either going to quit coaching, or I was going to be the kind of coach that I wanted to be, even if it was a kind of coach that wasn't out there on the market in the time that I was doing that. Yeah, Kimberly, that's a great question. Do you, so what should I go ahead and answer that, Julie?
No, go ahead, and we're gonna get to that, and that's what we're gonna end on. We're gonna spend like the bulk of our time on like not necessarily examples, but like we're gonna give you some examples, I guess. So
yeah, okay. So we'll just go into a little of the how, and then like Julie said, we really want to spend some time helping you and rewarding you for showing up. And maybe we can give you some specific ideas of what value-driven content looks like for your particular niche. So hold that in the back of your mind for a second. But basically, the 80-20 rule, we talked about it, and it's kind of memorialized in this first point here. You know, you're toning down the sales pitches and you're pumping up that value-driven content. So instead of every post having something to do with a before and after, an invite to your challenge group, a hard buy my shake post, or, you know, even a soft, like, look, I'm drinking my shake. Don't you want whole food nutrition too? It's going to be more value driven. So think, you know, health and fitness comes to me very naturally. It's something I have always been passionate about well before my network marketing days. And that to me looked like, free tips and like a free challenge group that I ran right on my Facebook page. So anybody could join every day, or anybody could ignore it every day if they chose to. And those weren't just like airy posts. They were actually like, you should drink water, and this is how much you should drink based on your body weight, and things that really helped position me as an expert. And that 80-20 rule is just an easy way to remember that every 4 posts is going to be a piece of value, something that entertains, inspires, or educates. And then that one post is going to kind of be the hook that encourages them to buy from you. And it doesn't always necessarily need to be a promo. It can also just be like did you know I was a coach and I actually help people do this, XYZ? And if you're ever interested, just let me know. It's always better to create curiosity instead of just being so straightforward that no one is left kind of wondering what you do.
Exactly. I've seen a lot of trainings on the same thing about creating the curiosity. There's some people that actually say, don't let people know what you're in. Like, let them have to be curious and come to you. So I don't think that... I'm 50-50 on that personally. I want to know, you know, kind of what you have to put the promo pieces out there and not just, you know, comment or DM me or private message me, whatever. So.
Yeah, absolutely. But in that same note, you know, creating curiosity and not putting it out there, because what is, in my opinion, a really good strategy, particularly if you're in network marketing, because the last thing you want is for them to get a brand name and to go Google it, right? So instead,
yeah,
I was able to have one of my best months way back whenever I didn't post. I actually tried this strategy. I'd heard about it. Like I said, I could not afford Julie back then, so I did everything. You know, I would research for hours on how to market, and I'm really self-taught in that way. But I found out that strategy, and I went an entire month just posting, oh, I'm working out today, and not saying that it was this workout. And then, you know, you would catch a picture of me drinking something and talking about how good it made me feel, but no one knew if it was Advocare or Beachbody or, you know, what it was. And because of that, people were wanting to talk to me more because obviously I was doing the work, so I was getting the results. And I think that kind of strategy can be applied to anything, whether it's fitness. It can even, you know, real estate obviously is you got to be a little more straightforward because that's a little different kind of tiger in the arena. But anything, Jamberry, skincare, you name it, boutiques, all of that, just so that the person who you might have done the work and created the interest doesn't run off and find the main unique page, and then all of a sudden they've made a purchase and they've landed in someone else's customer list.
exactly. But I'm with Rebecca, so this is why I'm kind of torn. And I think you can strategically do it to create the curiosity. Number one, you're going to do it if you really follow that 80-20 rule, and you're giving the tips and the whatever that's going to create that curiosity and build your know, like, and trust. People do business with people. So if you're just putting the name of where you're working with, it's so easy for them to Google and go straight to the company, or have another friend or whatever, see somebody else and not do business with you. You have to build that relationship. So there's some other ways on the how, so I don't want to forget. But so I'll just go ahead and say it now. So with the how, it's not just the push marketing as far as like putting the content out there. It's so much, and I know you've been taught this, but it's more so anything than commenting on other people's posts. So if you see someone, let's take Jessica's Fitness, if you see someone that's like not feeling well or whatever, comment. Don't sell your product in the comments. Oh my goodness, that's the worst. But, really reach out to them and befriend them without a pitch. So they may know what you sell and are just waiting on the pitch. So just make genuine friendships and really work comments and to be seen. So with tips and things like that, not pitches.
I'm sorry, I was reading this. The content that your company sent out every month is a curiosity. I'm not sure what that meant.
I think she's talking about us. I think that your social plan content. And let me say, it's not exactly curiosity as the way that it is positioned. We try to really teach you to change the post some to fit your niche, so that it will create that curiosity. So a Motivation Monday post can really be turned to your niche and then create curiosity with that. It is really inspiring and engaging content, but can be used for curiosity posts if you take a little time to work it in.
Yeah, and I want to clarify that. That was a great point, Julie, but I do want to clarify with the curiosity. I think the main purpose of that is a very it's a very unique tactic to use when you're in network marketing, not necessarily for, knitted hats and beanies and custom made content like we make, with our Your Social Plan product. We don't really have to create curiosity around our products as much, because if they go Google Your Social Plan, they land on mine and Julie's Your Social Plan page. And when I was doing it terribly and I was posting about day 40 of P90X, then rather than coming to me and saying, how do I get it? Someone who was curious, I'm sure plenty of people Googled it and they were like, oh, I'll buy P90X right here off Amazon. I cannot tell you how many times that happened to me. I did 90 days of P90X and documented every day of my journey. And I would say at least 50% of the time, when I would find someone that was interested, they had been seeing my posts, but they had already bought it from someone else off of Amazon, and they didn't understand how it worked, and don't assume that people understand how it works, because a lot of times they do not. They don't know that they have to purchase from you with a specific link. So Kimberly, that's where the creating curiosity really, really comes in as a robust business strategy, is when you're in network marketing and you're trying to set yourself apart without losing sales to the all-knowing Google. So, and then Rebecca made this comment. Yeah, so if someone says that is not a tactic that I would ever. If they DM you, then you should be straightforward about what you have. We're talking more about just creating curiosity with your posts, and then obviously if someone cares enough about what you're doing to private message you, then you're gonna lay it all out there. Then for sure, you're not gonna be like, well, let me call you, because that does feel really kind of sleazy.
Yeah, in the comments though, to keep that curiosity going. I know that's another tactic, like to just keep it really shut down, but I don't love it either. I feel like it's like, it turns me off. So that's why I want to say I'm 50-50 about the curiosity. I think that you do have to use it as somewhat of as a tactic, but you cannot go 100% on it because it shuts people off. It makes them think, oh my gosh, here comes the sales pitch. Right. I just want to know. So
definitely. And Patrick, for that niche, I would say absolutely. That's not a particular niche that you want to keep any kind of curiosity going.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So and same with like if someone, like I do web design, so like that, you're not going to really create curiosity, even though there's a million other places you can go get a website. So the curiosity thing is more so geared towards if you've got, if it's Beachbody, unique, whatever. So.
Yes. All right. So we are at 25 minutes. So we're going to try to wrap this up in about 5 minutes. But, what does value-driven content look like for you? So Patrick, I'll start with yours because you're probably thinking that one's way too hard. But, when you're talking about home services, I'm not 100% sure what particular service you're talking about, but anything that is relevant to like how to maintain your home or how to weatherproof something or how to, general home upkeep or termite prevention, that
I don't want to step, but so many people think, oh, I'm in the service business. Why? So I'll use website design. Why would I want to give tips on how someone can do website design by themselves? Number one, because most of the people don't want to. And then you can also show why you can do a better job or whatever. So don't be afraid to give DIY tips because most of the people we're in a microwave society and they want it done for them. So, but that's a good, like DIY is a great thing for a lot of people.
And so, hey, garage door repairs, HVAC, and plumbing. So that's great because those things are expensive. So what you do is you put value out there, like how to upkeep your HVAC system, how to care for your plumbing system, because they're expensive to fix. And as well as we do that no matter how well you take care of them, eventually you are going to need an expert's help when it comes to those things. So you put that value out there. And then when they need your services, they remember that value that you put out and they're like, oh yeah, he can help with that because he already helped. It helped me so much with those tips.
And I'll say one more thing on that. So like how to recognize or troubleshoot problems. You can turn these into, we haven't really touched a whole lot on engaging type content. We always talk about this. So, but for the people that haven't seen us a lot, engaging content, the more you can get people commenting on your posts, the more they will see your posts in the future. So turning things into a question like, how often do you change your air filter? Things like that, and get people commenting. They will then see your, 80-20, your promo posts as they come up if you can get them engaging in your content. So, and that's by value-driven, engaging content.
Exactly. And our whole training Tuesday was on engagement and how to get engagement and how to overcome the algorithm last week. So sorry you missed it, but stay tuned because I'm sure we will obviously keep helping you guys overcome that dang algorithm and get more engagement on your posts. So the clothing niche, the closet candy, she was one of the first ones to put her niche out there. So, creating know, like, and trust around a boutique or skincare, it just comes from showing up and from being consistent. So those 4 posts, body positivity, particularly when it comes to clothing. I always love to see that. And since your market is going to be primarily, okay, we'll get to t-shirts and Pampered Chef in a second, Tony, but your audience is women. So anytime that you can provide something motivational and help them feel inspired and like they're going to look and feel great in your products is going to help attract them to you. Budget shopping tips is always great, even if it's not clothing related. It's just going to be content that has them thinking about you along lines when they're purchasing things and engaging in that kind of behavior.
How to make their wardrobe go further with fewer pieces. That seems counterintuitive because you want them to buy, but it might get your first sale. How if they could think like this vest I bought from Closet Candy. So how it can pair with 9 other things or whatever, like you can dress it up. That would be a great way to say, and who wore it best. Almost like those types of posts would be great as well.
Exactly. And then, skincare, it's the same thing. Helping a woman feel beautiful, or a man. I guess there are some male skincare lines that are in that particular market as well as any kind of tutorials, which might seem scary, but you just got to get out there. You got to get, if you're going to be selling skincare and you really want to be good at it and create the kind of community that's going to create a lasting business for you, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone and do a few tutorials and that. Right.
And I want to say that like going live is a really big deal. Sandy is not on, and Jessica went live today. But Sandy's not on, but Sandy's the queen of get ready with me, do like sitting and just chatting with her facial on, her or with her collagen mask, whatever. Not necessarily selling the product, but just like chatting with her people, with whoever wants to get on. So, and she's doing that from like her profile, and it is so you get to know her by doing that. She's not 100% pitching the product. She's just, giving value as far as like getting to know her. So that would be a great way, is really thinking about something of how you can use the, going live to not necessarily sell or push, but so people can get to know you, just like you're getting to know us now. So.
Yes. Let's see. And then t-shirts, and we'll do t-shirts and Pampered Chef. So Pampered Chef, Tony, to me, I think would be really fun because I love cooking, and obviously your ideal client would have to be into cooking as well. So any content based around meal prep or, recipes, those are kind of give me ideas for that particular niche. T-shirt. Go ahead.
Like quick recipes. You could even go live and cook a 15-minute meal and like use your Pampered Chef steamer. I have the broccoli steamer or whatever. It's the steamer. Love it. Like you could show quickly, and it's not, you're not exactly pitching it. You're just,
yeah,
going live and,
yeah, you're just using it. And then someone's going to be like, I need that for sure.
Exactly. Like that only took 3.5 minutes to make some broccoli. It's awesome. And then t-shirts. So I assume it's like, I didn't realize that Tony. So like, you must do custom t-shirts like Teespring or something like that. So those are, again, value driven, as far as it's kind of hard to do that in the t-shirt business, but really showing up with inspiration and engaging type posts, because most of those are very niche oriented and inspiring shirts. A lot of times I'd have to see exactly what your shirt. So
yes, Patrick, show and tell then sell. I love that.
I do too.
And Tony, you said unskilled chef. I don't know if that's your way of saying I'm not qualified to.
No, that's her brand.
Oh,
yeah.
That's it. Oh, I love it. So that is a fantastic way to go at it, because you know what? There are way more unskilled chefs than there are skilled chefs. So right. You are already crushing it with that brand. And the more you can, just go live and be yourself and show people that you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah. And like how much more healthy it is to, have fresh steamed broccoli or even frozen, whatever. But, I use that as an example, but how much healthier you can cook when you cook at home, whole foods, whatever. So Tony needs our help.
All right, so I'm dropping this resource one more time, and this resource is only available to those of you who are here. And I'm not sure how to get it up on here. Let's see, screen share. I don't know how to show it, but in that particular resource,
go back to your screen and just open it. It'll show it on your screen if you open it. Like switch to the tab that it's on, or double click it from the chat.
So you can see it now?
No.
Okay. So stop sharing.
Here it comes. Oh, wait.
Share screen. And we'll just run through this just real quick. We're already over. I pick at Julie all the time for going over, but look what I did. So this is what I really want to show you is the resources in the back. So here's your little reminder about the social selling do's and don'ts. And regardless of all of this, if a post makes, if you don't feel good about what you're saying, people are not going to feel good about reading it either. So just keep that in mind. And then here is a great little tool to help you kind of visualize the 80-20 rule in action. So, you know, Tuesdays and Thursday evenings are one of the heaviest traffic times on social media. So when I was doing, you know, I was trying to stand out in that arena of network marketing, or just in trying to get my posts seen. We always try for Tuesday or Thursday evening. So let's say that's when you're going to put a promo post out, then you can put your value content on the other days and just make sure that you're delivering that way. And you can brainstorm 12 content ideas here for value, and then 3 for promo. And then this daily productivity planner is one of our favorites. Like, everyone seems to really enjoy it. So we've also put this here for you so that you can get organized and hopefully take some really massive action toward your business, towards growing your business after we finish up.
And it's just a way to track what you're doing. If you will track and take action every day and then track what you're doing, when you see the results, it makes you want to do more and more and more. So that's why I'm a fan of paper planner or digital planner. However, just keeping up with it for sure. So.
Exactly. Well, how did I do for my very first one?
Awesome. Thank you for everyone for joining us. It's hard when you're not just one niche specific, but trying to give examples of, everything. So, Angelique, do we have planners available? Paper, we have planners, yes, that are downloadable planners that you can print, or digital. Afterwards, hit us up in the chat and I'll kind of show you. We have goal planners, social media planners.
Yeah, let's just finish recording and then we can stop it and we can talk about that with anyone who needs to chat about it. Exactly. Okay, Julie? That sound good?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for Take Action Tuesday. This has been Social Selling. And again, I'm Jess. And
I want to say one other thing. If you will come to the group, and would love for y'all to, like, your wins for your posts, I would love to start seeing those in the group. Like, we'll post your win for a post, and if you'll come in and share, and I'll show you a little example of how to do that. So in the group, but that way it'll help other people with ideas of value-driven content. So
perfect. Yeah, that's a great suggestion. All right. Well, thank you so much. We're going to stop recording, and then we will talk about the
other question. We're just going to.
Yeah, we're not turning it off. We're just going to stop recording. I'm going to hit stop.